Hi there, welcome to Made by Jan Hart. It's Anna here, and it's a sunny, no it's not sunny, it's a Saturday, and it's time to continue with the Christmas Junk Journals 2025. I'm just going to give you a bit of an update on where I am with my Christmas journals. The ring bound is ready, and I filmed a flip through and I'm going to post it. Then I have the landscape one, and it is ready to be sewn in. It's been in the book press, so I'm going to sew in the signatures, and I'm going to put in end papers and a closure, and I might actually do the end papers and closure and finishing details in this on camera. I don't know, haven't decided yet, but it's going to be a fun journal, I can tell you. Lots of color and different sizes of pages, and yeah. But I'm not going to do anything to the front because this is Christmassy, red and gold. So that is almost finished. Then we have our little journal, the grungy one, and this does not look like you saw it before. I have done some things. There's no cabinet card up front, right? It's just a little image, and it's backed with some envelope, and I've got a little December 25, and it's been snowing around it. I just went all in with this. I found this image. It's by Elsa Beskow, a Swedish children's book illustrator and author that lived the early 1900s, and I loved it. They are taking the Christmas tree home, and the kids have their little in Swedish this is called a spark, a kick, because you kick your way in the snow. And I added a small collage on the back, and I reinforced the top and bottom with some white lace. So this is how it looks. That's what I ended up with, and I am in love with this journal. It's tiny, but it's so cute and grungy and vintage. So I thought that today we would finish up a bit of the signatures. I have put in pockets and stuff that I want to glue down and sew in and so on. So I thought we would just continue to work on this together, so the signatures can go in the book press. Yeah, I can't remember if I did this on camera. I think I did. A little collage on the front. I also have to find end papers for this. Maybe I can do a Tim Holtz backdrop or something. It's quite small. Yeah. So let's see. Yes. Let's just take one signature at a time. Here I wanted to add a pocket on this little tiny French book page, and I got this. I got this in one of the packages from Souvenir de la France, Jacqueline, at Etsy, and it's an angel, and it's in one of those Tim Holtz die-cut frames. And I thought this was really cute and really fitted in a Christmas journal, so I thought, why not make it into a pocket? Glue it down two sides and a tuck spot. I mean, in the corner there. There's my glue. I thought I lost my glue. So that is the first one. I have ordered some new art glitter glue because this one is really messy, but I haven't received it yet. So I'm gonna glue down a bit down here, and it's gonna stick out a bit. A bit up here. Let's do this so we don't accidentally get glue everywhere. See, I knew I would be a bit messy. I really like that. Yes. And I love that it's sticking out. cover the page. So how have you guys been doing? I have had another really busy week at work. I am having so much fun at work, but it's so busy. Right, I need to cover that up with something as well. I have to think of what I want to put. But I don't have to do that now because it can wait until after the book press. And here I made a little pocket. This is just some ticking, and then I stamped with my sample stamps with red ink on white cotton fabric, and I glued it down, and then I sewn it down, hand sewn it. So it's there's a few different kinds of red, but I think it's cute, and I'm going to add this as a pocket. And right now I am going to just glue it down 3 sides, but then I think I'm actually going to sew it with my sewing machine. So we can see if we can get something out of my Fabri-Tac bottle. Otherwise I will have to take some other glue. I love Fabri-Tac, but once it starts clogging up and you have used the acetone and it's still not thinning out the way you want it, and it just gets really hard to get out of the bottle, then I'm not so happy with it anymore. Just gunks up everything. So I'm not a huge fan. But the important thing is that it sticks down so that I can later sew it. Yeah. And this is meant to look grungy. I don't mind the threads running a bit and the fabric fraying. I think that looks interesting. Yes, love that. Let's look at the next one. Can't remember where I put things in because I have done it for days and days. But sorry, I'm trying to get a sip of coffee. Right, here I did tip in. This is the dedication of the book, and it was really old and fragile, so I backed it on some fly leaf from another book and put a little laundry label and made it into a tip in. Here we're going to add a pocket. This is a Tim Holtz one, as you can see. I just added some acetate to the back, and we're going to glue this down 3 sides and make it a pocket that goes on. You can put something in here. Yes. Sorry about my sniffly nose. I don't think I'm coming down with a cold, but I don't know. Maybe it's just a dry climate right now, because when it gets cold, it gets dry here in Sweden, where I live, and then my nose starts running. And it also at work we have carpets. It's not vinyl floors. Most of the floors is carpet, so it makes it even more dry. Excuse me. Yeah, so here we have the pocket. You can put something in there. Love that. Very vintagey. And here was, you know, I did the kids, and I was thinking about having them on that journal. I think I am going to get rid of that little piece there. I think I'm going to just glue them down here on this Tim Holtz, what's it called? Wallpaper, and make it into a decoration. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. scissors. Oh, what's happening to my voice now? Sorry. I haven't been talking very much today because my husband went out with his mountain bike. He was meeting up a friend and they were going for a 5 to 6 hour bike ride. I'll be back this afternoon. So we didn't speak very much this morning. And then my son, Arvid, who is 13, he's a teenager who wants to sleep. He just woke up a little while back and he had his breakfast and now he's vanished somewhere with his phone. So he didn't talk much. Oh, that's so cute. And my daughter Clara she's 14. She went away early this morning. Here I did some collage paper. I really like that. Brightens it up a bit. And yeah, she's away playing volleyball today, all day. So this I want to make into a tip-in. I love this winter. Well, it's a hat. It's like a bonnet thing that goes down over your shoulders. I don't know. It's a cape, maybe. This comes from a French vintage antique fashion magazine. So I'm going to make that into a tip-in here to add some extra decoration. So now I want a strip of paper. I'm just going to look into my scrap paper box down here. Could use that. Or do I have a piece of Christmas paper maybe? I have this, yes. So I'm gonna cut this in half because it's way too wide for that little piece of paper. Yeah. So Clara is playing volleyball and she won't be home until this evening. So I thought, why not take the day to finish up some journals and do some filming. This must be enough, right? So we had a couple of cold days here where I live. It's been not very cold, but about 5 degrees minus maybe, and it's been snowing. So when I look outside now, it's actually still a bit snow that stick to the ground, but now it's thawing, so it's several degrees Celsius now, so it's melting, and it will be rain next week, I think. So, but it was really nice with a few degrees cold and snow. It brightens up the world. I'm just thinking how I'm gonna do this. And once again, we are messy with the glue. I have to really clean my mat. It's gonna go like that. Yes. So I was thinking, I wonder if wet wipes will do this, or if I have to use some strong cleaner to get the mat clean. I think I've had it for about 2 years now. So it should last a bit longer before I buy a new one. There we go. I really like that. pretty. Yes. I have to. There we go. Well, here we have the lace pockets. Nice. I love them together with the lacy paper. We have that one. And the pretty center. So this one already has 2 pockets. But maybe we can do... I was thinking about making like a fabric lace. This is a white lace. I wish I had more of it. This is the last piece. But maybe I could do like a flip up somewhere with that. Or maybe it will bulk it up too much. Because this journal is tiny. And I don't want it to be too chunky. As you can see. Oh, here I decided to just turn one of the flips when I folded the paper and turn it into a side tuck with stamps on. Kind of like that. Really cute Swedish and Finnish Christmas stamps from the 80s and 90s. And this one. I'm thinking if I want to keep this fold or if I want to cut it off or if I want to just make a snip in the middle so that you can fold it down and right. Maybe I just do that. Gives it a little bit extra journaling space. You can fold that down and write. I still love this, even though it bulks it up a bit. That's the pocket. Didn't I have 2 pockets here? That's 1 and 2, yes. I'm trying to have at least 2 pockets here in each signature. And this one. I think this is fun. We did this last time. And then this one is just like a hidden journaling space there. Yeah, and you have 2 pockets here as well, because this one on this side here, and then this one in here as well. How about adding this one? I was thinking about that. This is from a Stamperia paper, and I thought I would just, because I fussy cut that out, and I think I'm gonna add some ink around the edges because it's a bit sharp in the colors. I'm just using whatever is left on my makeup brush. Let's add that for decoration, shall we? And I also want to add something fun on the back page. I have no idea what, and maybe extend some of the flips or cut them off entirely. So, have you started your Christmas journals yet? The reason why I am so early with mine is that I live in Sweden and shipping takes a while. And if someone wants to get it before December or before Christmas, maybe they will give it as a Christmas present. I will have to ship quite early in mid-December. Yeah, that's cute. So I'm just looking through I have a little pile of stuff here. So I'm just gonna see. That was maybe a flip, fabric flippy thingy. Maybe I could sew it onto a ribbon and then add it onto a page like this and glue the ribbon down and just be able to flip it up. And maybe you can have some writing space underneath as well. Maybe. This can be a beautiful tip out, tip in. I want to add that. Yeah, maybe some journal cards with these. And then I have my swatches that I use for collaging. Okay, nothing. Let's do this one. Let's find a place to add that as a tip in, and I'm trying to. I hope this really flattens out in the book press because it's gonna be a chunky one. But I really love it. It's so darn cute. So let's cut this up and add some writing space behind because she will be chopped off now. The Lucia from 1952. This comes from a book about vintage and antique Christmas cards. The history of a Christmas card. Maybe I can even use this paper as a tip in. No, it's too thin. Not much left of her, but that is so cute. So it's really good. It would be really lovely on top of a Christmas journal as well. But I think I want to use it as a tip in anyway. So I could do it here to cover up the text I want to cover up there. That's actually one option. They're quite chunky, the signatures, because I've added papers that are a bit thicker. And of course fabric as well. Really makes it chunky. Let's go with my first instinct. Use it here. Then I won't cover up any text, but you will have hidden journaling space underneath. Perfect. So I am going to cover the back with some, let's use tea dye paper, and then make a tip in. Could even let the tip in be a part of the, yeah, I can do that. Okay. Let's use glue stick to back this. Let's see. Yes, perfect. Then we can use our little tool to flatten this out, and I can see that it didn't really want to stick with the glue stick because it's a bit shiny, the paper, so I can use art glitter glue around the edges if it's needed. I can feel it in the corners a bit. Go. Paper towel to get rid of the excess. I hope I'm in frame. Let's stand up and see. think so. Question is, do I want to add this? Into the journal as it is? Yeah, I do. I do. So I'm gonna cut a little bit away from the edge there, so that I can fold this and glue the small strip of paper down. Okay, I'm gonna cut up the excess. On both sides, or all three sides. There we go. Let's see if we can. No, it doesn't cover it. I cut it too short, so it doesn't cover the. Yeah, it can if I. Yes, it will be fine. I'm just gonna have to move it in a bit. Let's be creative. So have you been? I have been watching a few other young journalers making Christmas journals, and I must say one of my favorite is, as usual, Catherine at Sunnyside Journals. Her Christmas journal. She makes a Dickensian Christmas journal every year, where she does like a spin-off on the Cratchit family from Dickens' Christmas story. And I love those journals. They're so much fun, and she really has a way of telling her stories. I'm gonna cut that just a smidge so it doesn't get caught up in the what's it called? Fold. Thank you. So there we have a pretty girl and some extra journaling space. Fantastic. And we're gonna put this in like so, and let's flip it and see. Maybe I can add a bit of my tape. I have some cellophane tape that I made look vintage using my alcohol inks. Just makes it look a bit more interesting. There we go. Not that it was torn, it just makes it look a bit more, yeah. Okay, that's the little tuck spot, love that. And you can see the embossing up there. First time embosser ever. And we have that fly leaf and the French page, and here we have, love the color there. And you can journal on the way. Cute. And you have the pocket. I'm going to sew that on machine. Perfect. We have put in lots of pockets, a few flips, and made this journal ready for the book press. Fantastic. I think I will skip that because I can, as you can see, oh, I might have to put that in another journal. So this one is ready to go into the book press, and this one is ready to be sewn in. So is this it? Is this my entire, or are these my finished Christmas junk journals for 2025? I thought so, until yesterday evening when I was sitting here at my desk just looking at things, fussy cutting a bit, trying to fix the last few things for this journal. And then I realized I want to make another one, or I want to start another one, because this is a bit bigger than the one I have here. These are these are both 5 signature journals, and this one will be a bit bigger. So I'm just gonna take a sip of coffee. That was cold, yuck. How about the big one? I bought this not so long ago, and I told you I wanted to make it into a Christmas journal. That's why I bought it. And yeah, The World of Art. It's not really old. It's from 1929, maybe. Yeah, so it's black and white mostly, and it's got artists and art, and I'm going to use lots of these in other journals because I love using art in my journals. But I still have a strong feeling that this will have to be a Christmas journal, even though it's full of this kind of pictures. And it's going to be hard finding images or pages from the original text block that I want to use. But I saw this and I thought, oh, what am I going to put on top of it? And then I was sitting here and was flipping through this one, which I absolutely love, and this is not finished. I have to look at that. It's another one of the frames, and then I added a small vintage photo in there with that cute kid. I just love it. Anyway, I was thinking about if I wanted to add something else. I was flipping and looking. Love the texture paste, by the way. And then I saw that image and I thought, ooh, those are fun. I could use those, but they're stuck there. So 1961, by the way, is this one. And I thought, what am I gonna do? I can't take it out, but I do have more of the books, because this book's about the gnomes. The gnomes, I have plenty of those. I always pick them up if they're cheap, because I fussy cut them all the time. So I'm gonna copycraft the thing, and I hope it's okay. A couple of years back, Catherine, once again, Sunnyside Journals, made a journal she called The List. It was huge, and it was all about Santa Claus' list of naughty and nice children. And I thought, hey, this guy has a book. This is Santa Claus' list as well. Sorry about that, Catherine. But yeah, and why not put a list of names behind him? And I tore this out of a ledger I recently purchased, because here we have kids' names, and we add him. I'm gonna cut out that little piece there. And then I found a little label. So December. And also from the same page as that, I thought maybe I can use that little thing up there with the pine cones. So I was thinking, how is that for a cover? What do you think? Do you like it? I like it a lot. I think it could be absolutely fun. Or I could add a book plate down here if I like, but I like that December one. Unfortunately, I tore it, but I like it anyway. So what do you think? Should I make a Santa's book? Let me know what you think down below. And this one will probably not be finished this year, but I can start it. And we have this one and this one. Yeah. So I want to know, hope you enjoyed this video, even though it was not much crafting. Give it a thumbs up if you do. Let me know down below what you think. This one has not looked like it did last time I showed you, and what you think about this idea. And yeah, I want to thank you all for watching my Christmas journal film. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back soon, I hope. I'm gonna have a bit of lunch and then I'm gonna continue to film, so I have some videos to post next week. Bye for now.